As I was Jehovah Witness, I was told to stay away from apostates. There was evil. There was Christian witnesses that went to the dark side of the truth. And they had dangerous literature, and we were not supposed to look at. How dangerous is this literature? Who made it? Who wrote it? How powerful was this literature that would turn God's people away from the truth? That's hard to believe, because every book, magazine the governing body put out, how can be anything out there could be more powerful than the truth? Well, I came across a PDF, one of the magazines that they say that the apostates wrote. And if you are a Jehovah Witness, you may want to turn off your TV, turn off your YouTube, turn off your computer, because this would be one shocking magazine that will cause people to leave Jehovah's organization. It's so powerful that it's hard to believe. So if you have the guts and the heart to see the information they found in these magazines and who wrote it, it's going to hurt you real bad. And it's probably going to scare you. The magazine looks like Our Wake. Is it later than you think? October the 8th, 1968. They even have the tower. Looks like the watchtower. I mean, if you look at it really good, you think it's the real thing. Now the question is, are you brave enough to see what caused a bunch of people to leave the organization, leave the real truth, to follow these type of magazines? I mean, they even have the nerve to even call it the Wake. They even put on their Watchtower, Bible and Tract Society of New York City, or Company of Brooklyn, New York. That looks like the real issue. It looks like the real thing. It even tells you how many copies they put out. "117 Adams Street, Brooklyn, New York." Tells you the address. How in the world then as Jehovah's Witnesses was able to print out of each issue of this magazine 5,150,000 issue on this magazine they put out. Amazing. And they also got this apostate literature in 26 languages. Wow. The title on some of the pages, What's That? What's This World Coming To? The year of 1914 turning point. How do we know we are living the last days? The signs of the last days. What will the 70s bring? I mean, they really got a lot of information, these apostates. I never knew how much information they put in every 5 million magazines they put out. It's funny you don't even see these magazines at people's doors and homes. That much amount of literature. What's this world coming to? I mean, they go all the fancy way out. I love how they use 1914 just like the Witnesses does. The year of 1914 turning point. There's a train. Here it talks about 1914. I'll slow it down so y'all can read it. Now remember, us Jehovah Witnesses was just like Jehovah Witnesses. They know about 1914. How do we know we are living the last days? I mean, the apostates is really going out printing these magazines. And this is on page 7. Page 8. And they still call this the Awake Magazine. Signs of the Last Days. It makes you almost believe this is the Awake. It's hard to tell, but the date on this watchtower is October the 8th, 1968. Page 13. What will the 70s bring? Man, this is a real interesting to be apostate literature. They're going the way out. Page 14. Here's a chart. And it's showing AC to 1968. Total of autumn 1968. This would leave only 7 more years from autumn of 1968 to complete 6,004 years of human history that 7-year period will evidently finish in the autumn of 1975. Does this mean that the above evidence positive points to 1975 as the time for the complete end of the system of things? Now my question is, why would a EXJWS Witnesses don't even have a big printing press to print out 5 million copies of Watchtowers or Awakes magazines to predict the world was going to end in 1975? I mean, that's what it says here, points to 1975, the end of this system of things. So, did the EXJWS Witnesses printed these magazines? Or was it really the Jehovah Witnesses from the government body in 1975 was predicting the world was going to end, and in their Awake magazine 1968 they was preaching the world was going to end, and 7 more years it would have pointed out 1975 was going to be the end of the world, and the date of 1975 was going to be September the 5th. 1975 the world was going to end, and 1976 was supposed to start, and we were supposed to live in the 1,000-year reign.